Okay, here's an example from the homework for this chapter. We have y equals negative 4x squared is our quadratic function. When we first started graphing our linear equations, we used a chart. We chose our x values. We calculated it through the rule, chugged it through the rule, and got our y values. So here we put in negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. We calculate it through our particular rule for this quadratic function, which is negative 4x squared. Make sure you always use parentheses when you plug in a value for x. Then use order of operations to solve. And we have negative 2 squared, for example, is 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. So we crank through all of those. We get our x and y, our ordered pairs, our solutions. We notice that there is a point of reflection. We notice that the values start repeating for our y, and that 0, 0 is clearly our vertex. That is going to be our maximum value for this quadratic equation. We notice that this should open downward because it has a negative a. So even before I graph this, I know it's going to open downward, and I know it's going to be somewhat narrow. 4 is a pretty good size number. And sure enough, when I graph those values, here's what I get. For this particular one, my axis of symmetry is the y-axis. That won't always be the case, but it is on this one. And for this one, 0, 0 is my vertex, which makes it my maximum value. Okay, and that's what it looks like. Let's try another one. This is another one from the homework. The quadratic function was f of x equals x squared plus 4. So again, we use negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. We plug it in. We get our y values. Again, notice how it repeats. Notice how 0, 4 is right in the middle of these repeating values. 5, 5, 8, 8. Okay? So 0, 4 is going to be my vertex. I know from the x squared being a positive 1, there up at the rule, it's going to open upward. So here's what my graph looks like. There's my vertex at 0, 4. It opens upward. Okay, so my minimum value for here is y equals 4. There's no lower values than that. Okay. And again, the axis of symmetry happens to be the y-axis. Won't always be, but it is for this one. All right, that's it. I'm going to show some pictures now of the solutions for the rest of the homework problems for 9-1, so that you can compare them with your answers.